In the last episode, I crossed first Anti-Atlas, then headed towards the stunning Dades Gorge, where I met the Moroccan cycle traveler Zouhair. Together, we cycled a super scenic road into the high Atlas mountains, experienced great hospitality along the way, camped at wild places high up in the mountains, and enjoyed the downhill towards Imlichil until we split up. And here the story goes on.
Today's wind is crazy. According to Google, it's like 11 km per hour, but no way that this is 11 km per hour. Very strong wind.
Definitely this is more than 11 km per hour, but I won't complain because we have the same direction. So, together with the invisible force, I keep rolling down the road RR 704 towards Erich.
It's such a nice landscape here. It's downhill, it's the tailwind, it's just beautiful. And you know what I find in particular really beautiful? It's the color of the trees. Like yellow, gold, it's really nice. And the views and everything together is... wow. So in some regions the kids are really cute and nice. In some other regions the kids try to steal stuff. And I feel here it's more like this. So look what's gonna happen now. Not sure if you saw it on camera, but I tried to reach out to the bike and grab stuff. It happened to Zouhair actually recently. Hello! Hello! Those were the types of cute kids. They want either a bonbon, which is okay. I just don't carry them. And if you don't give a bonbon, they want money, which I don't give neither because there's so many kids. And if you don't give money, they kind of get angry and try to steal your stuff. So it's better to just move on sometimes and ignore them. I don't know how they learn it, why everyone is doing this. Once they reach a certain age, they're cool, but kids, really young ones, tricky. So lunch break, or breakfast break, kind of. I bought eggs yesterday. I broke one now. So I need to eat them before I break the other ones as well. Let's make an omelette. So good. Okay, lunch is over. Let's keep cycling. Hello. Here kids are really cool again. I don't know why there's so much of a difference in those villages here sometimes.
Eventually, I reached the city Erich, where I decided to get a room for one night because all my electronics were dead. So here's a little glimpse into a hotel room in a city that's off from the typical tourist streams.
I'm leaving Erich and I'm heading now towards east. So let's see what happens next. Check out this. I found pomegranates, 2. They were just on the side of the road, probably fell off the truck. They look kind of alright, I think, inside. I think they're just cracked up open recently and this one is actually quite still intact. Oh yeah! So, sun is going down. Looks beautiful, everything, and I think I just found a really good spot to camp. Check this. So I keep following that path a little bit more, get closer to that nice mountain there, get more out of sight from the road, and pitch my tent somewhere. Wow, that's cool. It's like an ancient, abandoned clay village. Very impressive, wow. I'm having a puncture in my back tire. And yeah, I want to fix it as soon as possible. So I think I could go a few more kilometers because there will be a lake very soon. And it will be very helpful to actually locate the puncture. So let's cross the fingers that I managed to get to there before the tire goes flat completely. Now I'm very close to the lake, but the problem is the lake is down there and I'm up here. The air is nearly gone completely. Very soon I will have to stop. Very soon.
Eventually I really did find a road to get to the lake, but it turned out that it was actually easy to locate, so I didn't need the lake, but at least I was in a nice place.
Here it is. I fixed the tire, I'm back on the bike, and it's getting dark soon. I've done only 35 kilometers today. Quite a lazy day. But look how beautiful it is with the moon. Nice! It's incredible! Look what I've spotted. These are very fine raindrops. So it looks a bit cloudy and it looks a bit like rain. And I actually remember in the weather forecast it was predicted to be somewhere someday rain. Maybe this day, and this somewhere is here and now. The wind is now coming from the right side, which is really good. Because as soon as I finish this gravel section I will turn off left and I will basically go with the wind. But for now I have to finish this gravel section. Whew. Okay. Okay, I think I almost flew. But it's really beautiful here, very calm. It's very nice. So I had to stop to make an adjustment because there's a sandstorm going on and I need to kind of have some sort of a filter for my breathing. Check this out. Not sure you can see it actually on this camera, but everything is quite, sandy. Sandy is the right word, and there was a strong wind, which is about 40 kilometers per hour strong. So that makes riding today super easy. But yeah, it looks very sandy, to be honest, ahead. Check this out behind me. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's very obvious for me, but I'm not sure what this camera can capture actually. Sand in my eyes. How much sand is there? It must be empty at some point, I guess. Huh? No? So there were two guys in the car, they stopped and they asked me for my passport and kind of explained me to be careful with camping because there could be potentially a lot of rain somewhere and then cause to floodings in some other areas like riverbeds. So advised me to choose a camp spot that's more up. Also he asked for my passport, took pictures of me and then he let me go. I'm not sure why they checked for my passport. They didn't look like police, but I think that's quite normal to be not in a police outfit, but being part of the police. So yeah, I don't know, just complied. I'm moving along. I've got 91 kilometers already on the clock. I will take a ferry in 7 days from Nador. If I go too fast, I have to wait later. I will stop here now because what I see behind me looks really nice. It's also a safe place to camp because you need to pay attention about like potential flooding riverbeds. And I checked the map. This is like a mountain range that kind of surrounds the whole thing. So it's very safe because the water is only coming from the top of those mountains that we can see, which is like literally not big enough to actually cause a problem when there's no snow. So I'll go there and find a place, maybe a little bit protected from the wind. That would be nice. So I'm thinking the best is probably to go to those mountains and use the mountains as a wind shelter. I'm not sure if that works, but maybe. Otherwise it's the easy way back again. Okay, so I reached the bottom of that hill, of that mountain. So let's examine this area. Maybe there's some kind of spot which is wind sheltered. I figured out the wind is just doing this, so it's now coming from a slightly bit of a different angle just. And also not so constant, you know, it's like no wind and then suddenly there's like a huge blow. Somewhere here must be something that's kind of flat and gives a bit of shelter. Over there could be also a potential place, but everything is very rocky. The ground is really tough. Here down there the ground is better, but the wind is just insane. And I've got only 3 packs for my tent, which is a bit problematic. So after a little bit of internal debating, I think I would just choose the spot where I parked my bike, because that's actually pretty good. I can find a lot of big boulders here around to build a kind of pack replacement for my tent. Should be fine for the night. It's gonna be a little bit of a shaky night because of the wind, but it's flat here. So let's clean the ground here and pitch the tent. It's quite interesting night. The wind is crazy, as you can hear and see probably. So I'm having about, I think, 60k, 70k wind gusts, maybe 80. Sometimes there's like nothing, like now, and then a few seconds later there's like the wind of death. I've got only 3 packs, so it was a little bit of a challenge, but I found enough rocks so I could actually secure the tent quite well. So let's see. Buenas noches. Whoa! Holy shikaron! Whoa! Woo! So I think what happened is the rocks I chose, they were probably not big enough, and I think they moved, and now it gives the tent more range kind of to flex. So I think I need to get out and move those rocks. So let's have a look. Maybe I use my tripod as a kind of stand thing. Maybe that helps somehow. That's maybe brilliant. Let's have a look outside, what's going on there. Maybe I can improve the structure a little bit. Oh yeah, the rocks got moved. That was not strong enough apparently.
So I collected more rocks to make up for the packs that I forgot at home, and remembered one of the features of my tent that I've never used yet.
So I think there's one more thing I can do. Inside of the tent are little straps, and with that I can connect the outer tent, the rainfly, with the poles. Maybe that helps to give it a little bit more of a stronger structure. Let's try.
And it really did help. The absolute game changer that finally allowed me to sleep.
I feel like I'm on the Mars. Wow. Crazy.
There was no sand inside the tent when I set it up last night, but the wind had pushed quite a bit through the mesh of the inner tent, which is crazy. According to the weather forecast, this wind would last a couple more days, which means I'm going to have an insane tailwind.
More! Here we go. Whoa! That was a stupid idea. Cycling without hands, I love this. It's like some sort of childhood thing. It feels like pure freedom. What a nice road, no cars, perfect wind. It's flat. The views are good. There are donkeys. Just a little bit of sand, but it's okay. I found this kind of leftover from a house, let's say ruin, and I use this to have a break for some lunch, because the wind is just, it's relentless. It's like there's no mercy. It's on. I will be tough soon, so I need energy. I've got bread with mackerel. Nothing else possible. I'm not cooking here. I didn't even cook yesterday because there was just no way. So luckily I've got enough bread and sort of emergency food. Okay, I am back on the bike, having the wind from the right side. Kinda a little bit from the back still, kind of, but still enough to slow me down. So days like this where you see the moon while the sun is going down, these are my favorite days. I really love that combination. I've got a decent pace, but I've got wind. It's not fair, I've got wind. Sorry, buddy. I've camped here. Just behind that pile of rocks, because they kind of provided a nice shelter from the wind. This morning somehow my knee kind of hurts above. I think it's the muscle that's like irritated. I'm not sure if it's good to actually cycle now or if I should take rest. It's not cool to kind of push through the pain. It's just stupid actually. Maybe I will try and hitchhike. Maybe the pain disappears. If I go slow, I think it's alright. I don't feel much pain right now, only if I would push really hard. The wind conditions will be really good soon. Apparently there will be a strong tailwind again. For now it's quite nothing. Okay, so I'm 2 hours into riding today. My knee feels actually fine. I think it got just used to it. Wind picked up, with that also sand. And it's another 50 kilometers to the next village. And it's like constantly a little bit uphill, but because of the wind it's actually easy still. But yeah, long distances I think that was the most amount of people I've seen on this road in the same kind of area. We were 5. Apart from this, I see rarely cars. It's like very little traffic here. Every half an hour maybe a car is passing. Doing right now 40 kilometers per hour. And I still feel the wind on my back. So I must be around 45, maybe even 50. It's crazy. I reached the highest point for today and also for the last days here in Morocco. From now on it will be like really easy. It's not even 2 p.m. and I've got already 90 kilometers. Check this out. Woo! Wow. Okay, so I will roll and maybe I will roll all the way to Tauriat, which is another 60 kilometers from here, but yeah. Easy. Wow. God save this week. This is where I camped. What's crazy about this place, I'm about 60-70 kilometers away from the sea and I find a lot of these. Who are they? Are these just regular snails or I don't know, where did they came from? Like, how was there this sudden rise of population and then this extinction again, that there are so many of them here? Maybe if it rains then there are a lot of them, but where do they live when it doesn't rain? Somehow the pain that I had in my knee just disappeared. I don't know what it was, but it's good that it's gone.
Eventually I reached Nador. Stayed here a couple nights in the guest room until the ferry would take me back to Spain. So, bye bye Morocco. It has been a really nice adventure.